I don't remember ever being taught the importance of a self-love practice. It is a foreign concept. It could make it sound not important. By doing things that we enjoy, that make our heart sing, that light us up inside, those are the kinds of things that are actually so super important to do. We are doing an activity for enjoyment. So you'll actually have something when you're finished. So it's a productive way of using your time to escape. And today we're actually going to use just a plain journal to do this. This is a journal that I've had for a pretty long time, and it has a nice hard cover, nice and thick, but inside are pages made of all different kinds of paper and giant index cards too. This is actually going to become a junk journal. We're going to start the inside of the junk journal. It's a nice project because there's a lot of flexibility and a lot of room for what you like. This is one of my favorite crafts to do. I love using all this vintage ephemera. Sometimes it's hard to pick what to use. A junk journal is a great way to put it all together. What is a junk journal anyway? Creative collaboration in any book including form, but not limited to recycled materials, ephemera, documented memories, thoughts, artwork, and more. It can also be a useful tool, a useful craft. You can organize your items for making a junk journal or for any of your craft projects. I've seen people use junk journals to organize lots of different ephemera. When you go to use your ephemera and you reach into that junk journal that you made, as you can see, we've gathered lots and lots of different variety of ephemera using the theme as the color green. And this book happens to have an assortment of different pages, different colors, different imprints on the pages, different thicknesses and textures for the rest of the ephemera to go on top of it. And one objective when making this page, besides using creativity, is to make sure I create places to store any kind of memorabilia. Looks good. Oh, you know what I just realized is going to be easier if we do it first is let's do a little inking on the edges. Tim Holtz Distress Oxide ink in peeled paint. I've never used these brushes. I like to use a brayer, especially if the ink is still a little wet. But this will help to glue it down nice and evenly. So let's see where this would be good. And again, we want to use this, make sure we have this part in there where it says Parker. That is a special name to me because that's my son's name. So we're going to use that in there. I'm thinking about using this for part of the pocket that's going to be on this page to hold some memorabilia or ephemera, or depending on how we end up using this journal. We don't always have to have that part figured out, right? The most important thing is just using our supplies and being creative. So I think what I'm going to do is tear this I have a couple different tearing rulers, and I don't see any of them right here, of course. Okay, that worked nicely. And then we can ink these edges. I'm not sure. Okay, maybe if we just do it lightly. I love how the ink looks on this edge because that's the torn edge. See how nicely it catches on that torn edge? Love that. It's definitely better to hit your edges before you glue them down. Glue this down. You get a much nicer finish. I'm going to make a shorter pocket. Awesome in the pockets. It's a nice height. It's nice and thin. So we are going to change the size of this so that it will look better for us. So I'd say, the width, let's see if I cut just along the, okay, that works. Now this can be a spot for journaling. There's room here to write, and then of course all this room on the back. This is going to sit right in here, and then if I want to use this to journal, where do you think we might be able to use? Let's see what we have. Those little vellum pieces, and then we have this. That's not very green. Here's another cute ticket, P8319 bus ticket. That might look cute, like sticking out of there. And I thought this was cute for the green numbers, 13. We could also make a sideways pocket out here with this. And maybe that's how we can put our bingo vellum ticket in there. It's definitely better to, right? You can still see Parker. Maybe we'll do that. I like that. Okay. Let's just give this a little ink. I wouldn't think I would like this green ink on everything, but since it's the green theme, it kind of works. I like it. So let's glue the pocket down. Or no, actually, no. I have an idea. What if we glue these tickets onto the inside of the pocket? So it looks like they're kind of sticking out and like somehow staying in the perfect position without moving, but it's because we're going to glue them here. Let's do that. So if we just want it sticking out, you know, a little bit, like that maybe. So we'll just put a little glue down here. I think this will look cute. It kind of balances it out, you know? So we'll put a little glue on this. We'll have that coming out just a little bit. Oh, we need to see the green number, right? Yeah. Okay. You don't want these to be at the same height. That's it. The rule here. Then it's going to look too like symmetrical, and that almost looks too symmetrical. I think I want this one to be lower and this one to be higher. That's better. Now, we can even reinforce that with a piece of tape going across. I'm just going to use a piece of washi tape, just like this. It's just a little double security there for those. I love this little pinky color in with the green. Okay, so now we want to glue just the edges. It could also be sewn. If you like to sew in your journals, that would look really beautiful. But we're going to this would be really nice for that. This is a foam tape, so it's going to give it a little dimension, and it's nice and skinny, so it's going to let us go really close to the edge. If I could find where it starts here. Okay, sometimes they're hard to find where it starts. So I'm going to take the pocket and I'm going to run this. It's sticky on both sides and there's wax paper on it. So let me get rid of the scrunched end. Okay. So we're going to run this along the edge, real close to the edge. You're not going to see it. And then you can tear that right there. And let's do the same thing on this edge, getting really, really close to the edge. Okay. You want to rub that down there because when you peel the wax paper, that's what's going to keep the adhesive down. So you want to press that down. Now we're not going to put glue across here because this is the top of our pocket, but we definitely want it along the bottom. I'm just turning it around. It's easier to see for you. And again, I'm just going to run the tape from here all the way across the bottom and stop right before that one starts. Okay. And then the fun part is grabbing your tweezers because they're always right where you need them. It's definitely easier with the tweezers. You want to just peel, see how nice that peels off? And then what you're left with is an invisible adhesive line. So this is really nice to use in cases where you're using vellum. It works really nicely with vellum. So now we're going to press our pocket down. I'm going to try to go pretty low here on the page because that means I'll be able to put taller items in this pocket. Transport services, some kind of sticker. I'm not really sure. Okay, that one peeled. So if we did something like that to cover up where I have that little boo-boo. I think we're going to go this way because, and also I think I want to hang off the pocket a little bit like that. Yeah. Oh, you know what? I should have inked it. Oh well, that's okay. There, that works. Okay, looking pretty good. This is how look with things in the pocket. How cute. Very cute. Usually I like 3 in an arrangement, so this might be throwing me, adding this 4th. I might put this up here. I know I didn't ink this one because it's a little darker. There, that's good. Okay, and then I also pulled out this washi. It's like a fabric washi. I believe this is Tim Holtz also. And it has the pretty green leaves in it. So I thought that would be kind of cool. We have this one. Now, because this is vellum, I wouldn't mind that on top. That might look cute on top. Let's give that something. I love this guest check. And we have our paper that's going to go in here for journaling later. Okay, I think we have to make it a little thinner, a little more narrow. We're going to cut off some of our green, but that's okay. I really like this paper for there. Okay. Oh, yes. Nice. I think one of these would look so cute there. Just these little rustic paper clips. They're really very little, so they're not too functional, but they do hold. They're just very teeny tiny. So let's see here. You could also put something in there. But right now, I like the idea of 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 odd number of ticket style ephemera. So for now, I think we're going to leave it as green as we have it now, and really fun and vintage. And this, for our first page, I mean, I think that is beautiful. And then the other side looks like it's going to get green too. And then it'll be really nice and thick and sturdy. So this binding is also nice and secure. Okay, well, I think this is awesome for our first page in our junk journal. And this is our green page. One of these days we'll come up with a cuter name. I want to come up with something other than junk journal, because there's so much value in using your creativity, taking your mind off of everything else, and just thinking about your project. It's very therapeutic and it's very self-loving. So make sure, even if it's not this, think about how you're going to show yourself love today. How will you show yourself love today? Take good care. Namaste.